All right, welcome to the October edition of the West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Call. Thank you all for being here. Just so you know, our numbers in the room might look a little bit different today because we are live streaming from the Reynolds Hall on the campus of WVU. We will be hosting the West Virginia Inventor Society today. So we're live streaming. Cam and I are actually in the same room. We wanted a quiet space to work today. So we will be in here, and then we will be joining the Inventor Society here in a little bit. But we want to welcome you. Thank you all for being here. And we are going to kick off today's meeting and talking a little bit about the partnership spotlight with the West Virginia Small Business Administration. We have Nikki and Karen here to talk to you a little bit about what they have going on. So over to you, Nikki.
Great, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for allowing me to be here to talk about National Small Business Week nominations. Okay, sorry, we use Teams, not Zoom. Okay, all right, a few important items to note. Nominations are due by December 8th, 2022, no later than 3 p.m. Eastern Time. All nominations must be submitted via the Dropbox. No hard copies via mail, fax, or email are being allowed this year. You must fully complete all of the forms, and please be cognizant of the forms that you are filling out and submitting for each category, as each category does have a different form number. First, we'll talk about what categories we have. Of course, the national categories include Small Business Person of the Year and Exporter of the Year. There are other specialized categories for government contracting that you can view at sba.gov/NSBW. At the district level, we have woman-owned, veteran-owned, and family-owned Small Business of the Year. Please, please, please read and reread the guidelines. National and state level guidelines are posted. You can read them all at sba.gov/NSBW. The national guidelines have district level guidelines at the end. So don't assume, please ask me if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer any of them. And we do ask that you think like a judge. This isn't a bid proposal, so brag on the business. Tell the judges what makes them special, and check and double check that all documents are complete before submitting. I put this cheat sheet together for our team here in the district office. I've been doing this for a while and have attended more trainings than I can count on the process. So sometimes I forget that it is a little bit tricky for those who don't live and breathe it. So you can review all of the guidelines at sba.gov/NSBW. Those links are hot, and I can send Tara the presentation to share. There is a separate one-pager for district awards. All nominations must have a background form 3300. If you're submitting as a team, each team member has to complete the form. And all nominations have an authorization, grant, and release of materials form, and those must be completed by each person. And then each category requires a nomination form, and they each have different numbers. And each nomination packet needs to have an original photo. And for each packet, you can submit up to 10 pages of additional documentation. This is usually where the winners win, because you can include media, you can include letters of recommendations and whatnot. All right, a lot of this stuff you probably know, so we'll go through it pretty quickly, but this presentation gives 5 tips on submitting a winning package. The first place to start is reading the description in the guidelines to find the best category for your small business. Small Business Person of the Year winners are selected from each state, and then they are judged regionally and nationally. This is the most prestigious award for National Small Business Week. Last year, West Virginia was lucky enough to have the National Small Business Person of the Year, first time ever in the 50+ years of doing the competition. A few things to note: business owners must not be severely in debt, committed a major crime, have poor human resources, and a key is they must give back to the community. The second tip is to research. These packets do take time to pull together, so make sure you research the business you are interested in nominating to make sure that they are a good fit. They also need to work with you to provide all of the information that you need. If they can't provide you the information you need, they may not be a good candidate this year. Our third tip is to, as I mentioned, submit a complete package. I know we keep saying it, but we get so many packages that aren't complete. But in order to be judged fairly, you must have a complete package submitted via Dropbox by the deadline. Make sure you take your time and read through the guidelines and forms to make sure they are complete. Here's where you need to research, use facts and statistics to show the business in a favorable light. And it can be tempting, but do not photocopy past year submissions. Make sure everything is up to date. And our fourth tip, like I mentioned, don't be shy. This is a place to brag on the business. I have seen packets written like a bid proposal. This is not what that is. Write this like a glowing marketing piece. Use those 10 pages of additional documentation to drive home the evaluation criteria noted in the guidelines. The keys are staying power in terms of space or employees or revenue, and contribution to community. And we'll talk about this more in depth in the next slide, but make sure to include success stories, news clips, letters of recommendation, etc. And the last tip, and in my opinion, this section is where the winners are set apart. Talk about how the business has given back to the community. What does your business focus on? Some examples could be homelessness, food banks, women's in STEM, etc. And how has your contribution made a difference in the amount of money, pounds of food collected, veterans assisted, etc. And add news clips, social media posts, letters of references in your 10 pages of extra documentation. All right, so why submit? I think the better question is why not submit? Some of our now household names grew from National Small Business Week. If you have a sweet tooth, you know about ice cream and Ben & Jerry's. They were a Small Business Week winner. If you are more of a golf player, how about Callaway Golf? And if you enjoy a good craft beer, yep, Dogfish Head was a National Small Business Week winner. Another reason you should submit is because small business owners are so busy working in their business, they rarely get time to celebrate. This is a time to take a moment, look back, and celebrate your accomplishments. You will likely receive great media as well as be recognized by our SBA district office. This also opens the door to other avenues like becoming a SCORE mentor. So who may submit? Just read the guidelines. For the most part, anyone can submit except for an SBA employee. Your team is welcome to do so unless it's for a national government contracting award, and then read the guidelines carefully. Those usually are submitted by an agency or a prime contractor. All right, this is an important one. How do you submit? Good news, the process to submit nominations has been made easier than years in the past. Gone are the days of mailing those big 3-ring binders to our district office. This year, no hard copies will be accepted, and all nominations must be submitted electronically to SBA via the correct Dropbox. All that information is at sba.gov/nsbw. I'm almost finished, I promise. Each award category includes evaluation criteria that judges use to determine the winners. Only complete nomination packets are considered, and go to sba.gov/nsbw for additional information. And who selects the winners? They can be judged by SBA employees and non-federal employees. Non-federal employees are vetted by SBA and must sign a non-disclosure. National awards are selected by the administrator on the recommendation of a panel of federal employees. In West Virginia, we use SBA employees to judge. National Small Business Week is April 30th through May 6th. National winners will be announced in Washington, D.C. during awards ceremonies. Travel costs are not included, and our local awards will be that week as well. I went through a lot of information today, but everything is at sba.gov/nsbw. If I haven't said it enough, you can find everything located there. And here is my contact information. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Nikki, thanks so much for that presentation. So we really want to make sure that we're highlighting the great work that's going on across the state of West Virginia. So would you mind dropping that link for the applications and maybe your contact information into the chat? So if folks are interested, they can contact you directly?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Any questions? Okay, then we are going to roll right on to our next segment. As you guys know, we really want to make sure that we are including entrepreneurs into the voice of the entrepreneurship ecosystem. So I am very excited to announce Atchit, who was in the business plan competition, the collegiate business plan competition this past year. And he is happy to tell us about what's going on and give us a little update. So over to you.
Thank you so much, Tara. Nice to meet everyone. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so hi everyone. My name is Akshit. I'm a senior at Shepherd University. And over the past 18 months, I've been researching and learning about millets and its potential in the future ahead. So beginning of this year, I formed Let Me Nutrition, which is a millet-based food brand. And we make fun and innovative millet products for the modern day consumers. Before I get too deep into my business model, I'd like to spend a couple of minutes to talk about what millets are and why they're beneficial and why I'm so excited about these. So millet basically is an umbrella term for a variety of cereal grains that contain varied amounts of nutritional benefits. So some of the popular ones are little millet, finger millet, pearl millet, sorghum, and so on. So each of these are unique in terms of their texture, size, taste, and appearance. But the overall benefits of regular consumption of millets, they include, it helps with cardiovascular health, it helps in regulating blood glucose levels, digestions, kidney health, bone health, and so on. Not only that, but I think it also fits with the modern day trend that is driving the food industry as a whole, which is people are looking for foods that are high in protein, high in fiber, and that are gluten-free and so on. Along with these benefits, millets are also drought resistant, meaning they require the least amount of water, and they can withstand climate change and severe heat. So keeping all of these in mind, the United Nations General Assembly has declared millet as the International Year of 2023. So this is an effort to promote mass adoption of millets and also introduce millets to vast segments of the globe. Again, this is to promote food security along with nutritional security in the days and years to come. So my plan with the millets is in the next 1 year, I want to launch cookies starting January of 2023 and establish Let Me Nutrition as a brand. Once I'm able to capture a sizable market, I want to expand into other categories like shakes, snacks, bakery items, noodles, and pasta. So recently we've partnered with a cookie manufacturer, and last month we've conducted a tasting event with approximately 70 people. They all got to try 5 varieties of our cookies, and I thought that the response was really, really good. The results suggested that majority of the participants would buy at least 1 or more types of cookies. So that was super exciting for us. This is the brief timeline of several things that happened over the past couple of years. So January 2021 was really when I picked up the idea of millets and really stumbled upon its potential in the future. And I also found that there was a gap in the market that needs to be filled. And during the same year, in August, fall of 2021, I really started working on the business plan with the help of Shepherd University and especially Dr. Jim Dowell. So Dr. Jim Dowell is my entrepreneurship professor, and he's also part of the ecosystem. And he really helped me in going through the business plan structure and helping me develop the model. So this was really the beginning when I got serious about things, and he also introduced me and the rest of the class to West Virginia Business Plan Competition and the unique opportunity that this competition presented to us. So I immediately thought I should get into this, and I signed up. This was the beginning of my journey with the ecosystem, and I got to meet with several highly qualified individuals and companies like 3Step to Startup, RCBI, and such. So I felt like the overall journey of the competition helped me evolve as a person, as an entrepreneur, and this was really important because there was no looking back ever since. I ended up as a finalist in the competition, And I used some of the funding from there to create a website and for product research and development. So last month we conducted samples, and last Friday I signed a memorandum of understanding with the cookie manufacturers. And hopefully by the beginning of November, we're going to receive a bulk shipment of the samples that I'm going to use for test marketing across the United States. And I'd also like to mention that a couple of weeks ago, Tara introduced me to Dr. Swen from the Davis College store, and he had offered an opportunity to place some of my cookies in their store and make a Christmas basket or Thanksgiving basket with these cookies. So that's super, super exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. So finally, I'd like to extend my special thanks to Tara for giving me this opportunity and also being very generous with me in responding to my emails and catching up on my progress. Some of the other people from the ecosystem that had provided me with immense value is Michelle O'Connor from 3 Step to Startup. I always reach out to her whenever I need assistance with basically anything, and she always has an answer. She also connected me to Dr. Todd Crump from SPDC, and Todd is my, I would say, my guide and mentor. He's helping me in preparing for the launch in January. Again, Dr. Swen, I think Dr. Swen showed me, I think this is like the first step. I was looking for a place to actually start selling the cookies or placing the cookies. And I felt that the Davis College store has given me the opportunity to get the things rolling. And Dr. Jim Dowell and Carol Goolsby, my professors at Shepherd University. And I don't think I can thank these guys enough, because they've been there since the beginning. I always knock on their doors for basically everything. Sometimes I feel that they might get tired of me, but thankfully they did not so far. So I'm really lucky to have these two, I would say, brick walls standing on my back and providing me with the support that I need. So thank you all for listening to my story, and please contact me with any advice or any ideas that you may have that would help me in my journey forward. Here's my email, and I also request you to give me your addresses so that I can send you some of the samples when they become available. And thank you once again.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And I really just am so grateful for you utilizing the entire entrepreneurship ecosystem here. You saw on that last slide how many people and resources that you have used. And on this call today, we have 41 people. We have about 35 people in the room next door to me that are listening in on this and doing the live stream. So we are all here to support you. We want to thank you for being such a great ambassador for starting business in the state of West Virginia. Are there any challenges as an entrepreneur that you're facing that you need help with right now that maybe someone in this room could help you with?
Oh yeah. So again, like I said, placement and positioning of the products. So I initially started off this idea thinking that my target market would be anywhere from 30, 40 plus. But when I did my tasting event, a lot of 20-year-olds and between 18 to 24 really liked the cookies. So now I'm debating how I should position the product and what's the message I need to send out in terms of promotion. So that, and also the channels of distribution channels and placement of the products. I'm struggling to find the right places where I can put these, so I can get some momentum going. So those are the couple of things I'm really struggling with, and I could use some help.
Okay, great. So ecosystem, if you think that you can help him in the millet business, please jump into the chat. And thank you so much again for your time, Ashit. We are really happy to have you here, and we are happy to support you in your business. And it's been really exciting to watch you grow. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so next up, I would like to invite Cam over to the camera. Cam, we've been having several people reach out about hosting Bridging Innovation 2024. So 2023, we are in Wheeling, but 2024, we have had people inquire about what they need to do if they are interested in hosting. So can you tell us a little bit about what they need to do?
Yeah, so we are definitely patiently waiting for Amber Ravenscroft to come back from maternity leave, and she will be back next month. So We do request your information, and we are going to start the formal process when she returns.
Excellent. Okay, sounds good. So maybe November, we're looking at, she's coming back in November. Okay, we can't wait for Amber to come back, but we know that she is having a great time at home. We've been getting pictures, so we're sending her all of our love, but we are excited for her to get back. All right, so next up, Sven, we just heard about your market. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about how other entrepreneurs in the state of West Virginia could get involved with what you're running.
Okay, thank you. So I'd like to introduce the Davis College Store and Rural Business Incubator to you today. It is my brainchild, and I've gotten some money in the last year from the Rural Business Development Grant and also the Menon Foundation to start up this Davis College Store. The idea is to provide space for students to get into entrepreneurship. And so what we're doing is we're selling any goods and services that are generated in our teaching, research, and service missions at the university. But we're also trying to highlight small businesses or budding small businesses in West Virginia. And so one of the ways that we're doing that is by actually having a storefront. And that storefront right now is on the Evansdale campus in Morgantown. And there we sell anything ranging from annuals, perennials, hanging baskets, poinsettias, mums, ground beef. But we are also trying to get into value-added products. So for example, we are promoting a small business that does seeds. Two seeds in a pod is one of the businesses that we like to highlight, and they actually sell heirloom vegetable seeds. And so we are trying to promote some of these small businesses that are already existing in West Virginia, and then also trying to help along small businesses that are starting off. So for example, Action, he contacted us and we talked a little bit about something that we want to do this fall, which is we want to generate gift boxes for the holidays. And those gift boxes will feature products from small businesses in West Virginia and also by student entrepreneurs. And so things that will go into the boxes are, for example, firsthand coffee, which is associated with West Virginia University. We will have a mug, we will have the cookies, we will have some seed packets. We will also have a maple syrup that was generated by students here at the university. So a lot of different products will go into this store. Initially, it'll be an actual storefront, a physical storefront. But we will also go into the online business in the next year or so. And so far, we've been in business for 6 months, and we did about $62,000 in sales so far. And we hope in 3 years to get to $250,000 in sales and be self-sufficient or self-sustaining, so that this business basically operates as a business, so we can show students what it takes to actually run a business here at the university.
That's great. So if we have any entrepreneurs or folks that work with entrepreneurs right now, what is the best way to get their product in your store?
Contact me. And we try to be as supportive as we can for a number of different products, value-added products, but also services. We would like to expand into actually being able to promote services to our customer base, which is probably about 1,000 people that have bought products from us so far. And so this is a great way for a small business to test market products and just basically just market here at the store on the Evansdale campus or through these gift boxes and try to get some feedback that way.
Awesome, Sven. Well, I will be doing some Christmas shopping through your store. If you'll drop your information into the chat, then everyone will know how to get a hold of you. Thank you so much for sharing the information on the Davis College Store and Rural Business Incubator. We're really excited to work with you. And next up, we have Ashley. Tell us about Area 34 Mobile.
Hey everyone, hey Tara, thank you so much for a quick opportunity to tell you guys about something really cool we have going on down here in Putnam County. As some of you know, we do offer a co-working space here in our office. It is called Area 34 and it is our brick and mortar, but recently we have just launched Area 34 Mobile, and it is a mobile co-working space. So I'd like to encourage you guys all just to follow that link there, area34coworking.com, and see photo number 10 if you'd like to see a picture of her. She is a mobile trailer, and she is set up for any type of business to be able to interface with clients on the go. So if you are familiar with a startup, a home-based business, anybody that just wants to try out a different market here in Putnam County, it can go outside of Putnam County, but it does sometimes become a little cost prohibitive just because of gas and things. But this mobile unit is available for rent by the day here in Putnam County. And so if you know somebody that's interested in maybe starting a business here in Putnam County, or even a statewide business that they're just trying to get some reach and some advertising out there for their business, they can rent Area 34 Mobile by the day. And it's a food, it is a converted food trailer. So it doesn't have ovens or anything like that in it, but it does have a 3-bowl sink. So if it's a food-based business, it is licensed to be able to serve the food per, the food balls that are here in Putnam County. They just have to make the food in a commercial kitchen or whatever the process is for them. But it would be a great thing for like an artisan, a jewelry maker. We've even had insurance agents inquire about maybe doing like pop-up events at different places. So it's really versatile. You can open, if you're looking at the photo, you can open the main window in the front, or you can also open the back doors of the trailer, and people can actually come inside as well. So if you know of anybody that is interested, have them reach out to me, and we would love to have them take her out on the road.
Awesome. I love it. So that actually flows really nice into Dr. Carrie White is talking about iCore next, but she also has a creation station on wheels. Maybe you guys can partner up and have your mobile units at some type of event, maybe bridging innovation.
Yeah, anyway, we would love to have our mobile units together. Let's team them all up.
Yeah, let's do that. Ashley,
So
I have a question for you, Ashley. Do you have a truck that comes with yours, or does someone need to bring their own truck?
No, so actually I have drivers. So when you rent it, basically it is dropped off at the location. We have 5 designated locations in Putnam County that it can go to at any time, any day. And then if you want to take it outside of those 5 designated locations, it's just you pay by the additional mileage. So there's a flat rate for those 5 places. And then if you want it to go somewhere else, then it's just by the mile outside of that. But I have some drivers on call, so they will take her on down. They'll get her set up for you, drop her off, and then when you're done, we'll come back and get it.
That's awesome.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Ashley. So Carrie, do you have any updates for us on iCore?
I sure do, Tara. Thanks for asking. This is one more reminder. I know I've talked about this before, but for anybody who may, either you are somebody or know somebody who would like to participate in the NSF iCore short course that's coming up, the application will be open for, I think, another day, maybe 2 days, but the course officially starts on Monday, the 17th. I put the application link in the chat, but okay, so I can't share my screen, but I can basically just tell y'all it's 5 weeks and you meet a couple times a week, but it's really intended for research to commercialization, so that you can, if you're working with someone who's a researcher, or you are a researcher and you want to take your research from the lab out into commercialization. The course really focuses on the business model canvas, specifically identifying your value proposition and your customer segment. It involves doing 30 customer interviews and reporting back as to what you find. But it also opens you up to $50,000 of grant funding through NSF, which will help you to continue on customer discovery. So I think we have 9 teams who've applied already. We have room for maybe 1 or 2 more. So I wanted to just extend the invitation. If you know of someone, just send them my way, or you can go ahead and click on the link and apply yourself. And that's it.
Awesome.
Carrie, can you mention the micro grants too for folks that come through the regional course now that we have?
Through us, go ahead, Ariane.
So because we have the I-Corps has been funded now for us to continue, we also have micro grants. So if you do you see the cat in the background, Tara's out, you're laughing at? I know. I try to get rid of them and I can't. But anyways, so if you come through our regional course now and you successfully complete the course, you're eligible to receive a micro grant. I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous. But there's micro grants now available, and that'll cover anything. If you want to travel to a conference, anything you want to do additional customer discovery, you now can apply to get those funds as well, as long as you complete the course successfully. So that's a great additional resource if you've been hoping to either, like I said, go to a conference, do more customer discovery interviews, anything like that.
Yeah, great.
Excellent.
Thanks, Ariane. So if anyone has any questions, I put my contact information in the chat as well. And yeah, that's it.
Ariane, while you're talking, maybe you can tell us how your conference went last week, Evolving Energy.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, everybody who made it up for the event last week. I think it was great. It was the reboot year of what we formerly known as TransTech. We had great participation. We had representatives from the White House. We had both senators' offices represented there. A wonderful group of speakers and panelists. Carrie and Ann did a phenomenal job this year of coaching all 10 pitch teams. Michelle O'Connor was one of our wonderful judges to help judge those. And I think it was just a really nice demonstration of kind of the regional effort coming together around the energy sector. So we will be putting it on again next year. And so we'll definitely also be sending out some questionnaires to solicit feedback from anybody who went to the conference, just things you liked, things we could do better or different for next year.
Yeah, well, we had a great time. So thank you so much for holding that conference. We're excited to be there. Speaking of conferences, I don't know if Deacon Stone is able to speak about the West Virginia Makes Fest going on. They were on their way from Huntington to Morgantown for the Inventor Society. So I will just quickly say that the West Virginia Makes Festival will be November 4th from 9 to 2, and that will be at Marshall. So if you have questions, send them over to RCBI. Deacon Stone runs a great program. So we will put his information in the chat. So next up, we have Stacy Miller. Stacy, will you talk to us about Manufacturing Day and the Student Design Challenge?
I would love to. Thank you, Tara. We are hosting our second annual Student Design Challenge, which is an invitation to any person, K through 12, to create a design that will be manufactured by Blanco Glass. So our first event was last year. We had a tremendous amount of response, and the young man who won was homeschooled, and his entire family got to go to Blanco Glass and actually make a sun catcher, which he designed and created with the backstory, which was beautiful. And that sun catcher is on sale and has been selling very successfully through the last year. So we're doing this again this year as part of the Manufacturing Day activities. So it's open to any student, any child, even little guys and gals. So I'm going to include the link to the information in the chat. It's really just submitting an email to Tracy Straub on our team, who collects all the information, provides it to Blanco Glass, and then they conduct a judges review panel and select a winner. If the student is not able to or not interested in traveling down to Blanco to actually make the product, we will stream it live anyway so that they can be part of it and see it. So we're really excited about it. We really want to generate new interest. And this is an easy way for students to do it without a lot of effort and going a lot of places. So it's open statewide. If you have any questions, of course, you can let me know, or check out our website for more information. And would be happy to talk to any educator or any of you who might need more information as well.
Yeah, thanks, Stacy. I'm really excited about that program. So thanks you for sharing. All right, guys, Final reminder, business plan competition entries due November 11th by noon. So this is the last time on this call that I will be reminding you. So just as a friendly reminder, you have to get in round one. We have 3 rounds of competition. So if you want to win money or you have an entrepreneur that would like to win money, they have to enter by November 11th at noon. It's a 90-second YouTube video in round one. They're just pitching their idea. What's your product? What's your service? What's the problem? And who are you solving it for? So please, please, please encourage everyone across the state. We have a high school competition, a college competition, and a community competition. So this is open to everyone. And this will be the final reminder of round one entries due November 11th by noon. With that, I am going to open it up. Are there any other member updates or events going on that anyone would like to share before we close down the call?
Hey, Tara, this is Michelle. So just for everybody to know, the West Virginia Capital Access Program has launched as of last month. We have funding available through 6 partners throughout the state. So if you are a small business or are working with a small business that might need some funding, please encourage them to come over and apply. We have an informational portal on our website, and I will put that in the chat.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. Anyone else? Do we have any entrepreneurs in the room that have any problems or things they would like us to know about their business? Bill Woodrum, any updates from Benedum Foundation?
No, just always looking for good projects to support for those of you out there working in the entrepreneurship space. So anytime, everybody I think on here knows how to get a hold of me. So we'll love to talk to you.
All right. Okay. And then this is a reminder to save the date for Bridging Innovation 2023, which will be April 17th through 21st. I'm putting the link in the chat. If you are interested in holding an event during Bridging Innovation, please let us know. We already have several events getting lined up. We're working on the schedule. So the earlier you can get that information to us, the faster we can get you on the schedule up and running. So with that, there's nothing else. We will say thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone who's live streaming next door. I heard that we are up to about 40 people over there. We are going to head upstairs in the Chambers College and get involved in the West Virginia Inventor Society meeting. So thank you everyone for being here, and we will see you next month.
Thanks, Tara.
Thank you.